You're live. Thank you.
Take two. Welcome to the Economic Matters Committee hearing. I am Alderman Schandelmeyer, and joining me is my colleague, Alderman Rob Savage. Alderman Gay is not present at the moment. It is September 21st at 6:32 p.m. And the first item of the day is the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Up next is the approval of the minutes from our previous meeting on July 20th. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
I will second. All in favor? Aye. Excellent. So, pretty short agenda today. We are going to have AP 6522, the appointment of Jacob Lipp to the Recreation Advisory Board, and AP 6622, the appointment of C. Ryan Chitwood to the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board. Do we have Mr. Lipp here? We do not. Do we wait for him, or do we postpone until he can get here? Or you cool with?
Yeah, I can reach. He looks like he's a Ward 7 resident, so I'll reach out to him for next meeting.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, do I have a motion to postpone AP 6522 to our next meeting?
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. AP 6622, C. Ryan Chitwood to the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board. Mr. Chitwood, please join us at the front table, sir. And when you sit down, make sure when you turn on your microphone, the little green light's on.
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you for your interest in this. So for all these things, I like to usually ask what made you interested in this position?
Yeah, sure. So I am, I call myself a lifelong Annapolitan. Grew up in Homewood. Currently live in Eastport with my wife and 2 kids. And I became aware that the position was open. And have been looking to do something in terms of some type of service and giving back. And I felt, diving into this a little bit and understanding the requirements and parameters, I felt like this was something, even with career, young family, I could commit time to and execute fully.
Well, thank you very much. Alderman Savage, do you have any questions for Mr. Chitwood?
Yeah, it looks like you have a lot of finance background.
So I'm actually... I'm a forest products broker, so I actually buy and sell tangible items and then sell them to retailers. So, in industry terms, we call ourselves traders.
Yeah. Oh, good. And how long did you say you lived in Annapolis?
So, born here in 1982. Was born at the old hospital. Grew up on South Southwood Avenue. My parents had a home. They had that house until 2002. And then after college, ended up back here around 2008 after a little stint living in England and coaching lacrosse. Was living in Homewood again, and now currently reside in Eastport with my family. So almost 40 years.
How's the lacrosse scene in England?
It's growing.
Okay.
They have a program they've had in place for a long time. They bring over, when I was there, it was about 70 Americans, disperse them throughout the country into schools and club programs and help kind of a grassroots effort to grow the game. Excellent.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything further? All right, do I have a favorable motion for Mr. Chitwood's approval?
So moved.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you for your interest and your service.
Thank you very much.
Okay, up next in the agenda is the open invitation to the Downtown Partnership. Mr. Evans is not here today, and so we will move on to general discussion and an update from Mr. Stephen Rice for the economic situation here in the city. Mr. Rice, come on down. Good to see you in person, man.
Yeah, good to be seen. Thank you for having me. I guess I'll start off with some of the economic statistics. Our citywide commercial vacancy rate is 5%. Can you hear me?
Is your green light glowing?
Mm-hmm.
It's the mess.
I can speak up.
It's fine.
It's fine? Okay.
I'm actually able to hear you okay, so.
During the months of July and August, we had 7 new, expanding, or relocating businesses in the city. Also, during the month of August, our economic development team provided assistance to 35 businesses and partners. Some other highlights just with respect to what we're kind of actively engaged in at the moment. Economic gardening. We kicked off our economic gardening pilot program in the month of August, and we selected 6 Annapolis maritime industry businesses to receive research assistance, is I think the correct term, as participants in the program. 5 of those businesses have had their kickoff calls, and they're well underway with the analysis, meeting with the economic gardening consultants. One of those businesses is going to start the process in mid to late October, just because of seasonality. But the program is going very well. It's well underway. Hope Stewart and I have had the opportunity to participate in many of the calls with the businesses, and we can see the value of the program, and I think the businesses see the value as well. Seasonal Parklet program, we're still managing this program, and it's ongoing, and it will sunset, I believe, next month. I have to check the date, but we've been operating that for several months. Also, the pilot parking lot program, we're managing that program as well. That program will sunset October 25th, and the report that goes along with the program that's being finalized right now should be ready this Friday. Some other things that, of course, have been happening recently here in the city of note are the Annapolis Songwriters Festival, which was September 15 through 17, hosted by Ram's Head, and of course, upcoming, we have the Annapolis boat shows. We have the Power Boat Show that starts October 6th and runs through the 9th, and the Sailboat Show, which starts the 13th and runs through the 17th. From what I have heard thus far, ticket sales have been robust, and we think there will be a good showing and a lot of visitors, and hopefully they'll be in the mood to spend a lot of money. So that's all I have prepared, but of course I welcome any questions.
Yes, Mr. Rice, some question I just kind of had, and I got a couple of questions for you from various things you've been informing us on. When you said we've had 7 new businesses or businesses relocated or relocation, how many are new and how many are relocations?
I can get that, I have to get that breakdown.
Okay.
And I can circle back.
And when you say relocations, you of course mean people coming from outside of the city into the city, not people going, I was in this street in Annapolis and now I moved to this street in Annapolis, or is this little A, little B? Or?
So we get a little bit of that. What happens oftentimes is that a business will grow to the point where they need new space. So they'll be in one location in the city, and then they'll take space in another location that allows them to expand their footprint. So we get some internal relocation as well.
Excellent. And then one quick follow-up on the economic gardening program, or I guess one follow-up question and one note or desire. Which of the companies was going to be starting in October? I used to know this off the top of my head when you first informed me of them, but I'm blanking on it now.
Yeah, as I recall, it's Schooner Woodwind.
Okay. And around the 6-month point, you and I had discussed on the phone about trying to bring some of these folks in, have them share their experiences, give us an update here on the committee or potentially a work session. But are they still amenable to that? Are you still amenable to that?
Absolutely.
Excellent. And I figured we'd do a follow-up with the Capital Gazette for their article on this. That's all I had. Alderman Savage, do you have anything for Mr. Rice?
Yeah, just on the economic gardening program as well. I'm just Could you get us a list of businesses that are participating and how they're, like colleagues said, it'd be good to see how they're utilizing the money. I don't know if you'd be willing to give a more detailed presentation maybe after this has been underway for a couple of months, or see if the businesses want to, like Alderman Shanmeyer also said. I'd just like to make sure we get some of the data before next year's budget so we can be prepared to justify the program.
I actually have the list right now. Mr. Rice sent me the list of companies. And we'll just read it into the record because it's a pretty great list, and I'm very proud and excited about what they're going to be able to accomplish with this, although we definitely should do the follow-ups and see how things are going. So it's going to be the Diversified Marine Services, the Annapolis School of Seamanship, Schooner Woodwind, Annapolis Sailing School, and M Yacht Services. And Atlantic Cruising Yachts. So it's a pretty good spread around the city, and I think a couple of them are in your
I
ward
know
too.
at least one is in Ward 7, so that's great.
So we got a good spread, and I'm really pumped up about this program, man. I'm glad I've reached out to a couple of these companies just to say thank you for participating. They're excited, and I think this is going to work. Any further questions, sir?
No.
All right. That will be the final item of our agenda for this short meeting. Do we have anything else for the good of the order? No. Mr. Rice, thank you for joining us today, and do I have a motion to adjourn?
Thank you.
So moved.
A second. All in favor? Aye.